prior to the era of Hercules and Perseus, Bellerophon, also known as Bellerophontes, was the greatest Greek hero. As a result of his amazing victory over the Chimera, Bellerophon was known as the Slayer of Monsters and went on to rule as a king. But there was one thing that defeated him: his pride and arrogance. Let's take a closer look at the story of Bellerophon. He is an important character in the works of Sophocles, Euripides, Homer, and Hesiod. He is frequently shown either fighting the Chimera or riding on Pegasus in paintings and sculptures. The symbol of the British airborne units is a depiction of Bellerophon riding Pegasus. Bellerophon was the son of Poseidon, the god of the sea, and Eurynome, wife of Glaucus, king of Corinth. He exhibited the heroic attributes needed from a young age. The terms bellos, which means projectile, and phons, which means killer, may have been the origin of the name Bellerophon. As a result, Bellerophon would be translated as he who kills with a projectile. An alternative ancient etymology claims that Bellerophon's name, which would translate to killer of Belarus, came from the fact that he murdered the Corinthian tyrant Belarus. The most distinguishing feature of Bellerophon was his flying horse, Pegasus. In ancient art, he was frequently shown riding him. His conflict with the Chimera was occasionally depicted in ancient art as well. According to most versions, Bellerophon refused Sthenobia, the wife of Proteus, when she tried to seduce him. This enraged Sthenobia to the point where she claimed Bellerophon had tried to rape her. King Proteus believed his wife and condemned the actions of Bellerophon, exiling him from Argos without making the scandal public. Proteus sent him to Sthenobia's father, King Iapedes, in Lycia. Bellerophon carried with him a letter from the king, explaining what had happened in Argos and requesting King Iapedes to execute the young man. Bellerophon was given to King Iapedes, who instead of putting him to death himself, chose to give him a series of impossible tasks in the hope that the boy would die attempting to accomplish them. The most well-known tale by Bellerophon is killing the fire-breathing Chimera, a horrible hybrid monster that had been terrorizing the kingdom and inflicting suffering and torment on its inhabitants, was the first job King Iapedes gave Bellerophon. The Chimera was a terrifying monster with a bizarre body that was equal parts lion, goat, and snake. It also exhaled flames. Bellerophon realized that he needed Pegasus, an immortal winged horse that was born from the blood of the decapitated Medusa, to fight the Chimera. The most thorough ancient narrative of Bellerophon's capture of Pegasus claims that Athena and the prophet Polyidus assisted Bellerophon in his mission. However, according to certain myths, Bellerophon's father Poseidon gifted Pegasus to him. Bellerophon used Pegasus to attack the Chimera in its mountain hideout. Bellerophon eventually won the battle and killed the Chimera. King Iapedes gave Bellerophon the order to battle the Solimoi tribes, who had long been the king's enemy tribe after he had vanquished the Chimera. Bellerophon is reported to have defeated his foes by flying over them on Pegasus and hurling rocks at them. Bellerophon was assigned to his new job when he triumphantly returned to King Iapedes after defeating his foes. He was tasked with eliminating the tribe of fierce women warriors known as the Amazons, who resided close to the Black Sea. Bellerophon once more defeated the Amazons with the help of Pegasus by employing the same strategy he had used to beat the Solimoi. As a result of successfully completing all the difficult tasks he was given, Bellerophon gained a reputation as a great hero. When Iapedes was unable to give Bellerophon a task that would kill him, he made the decision to organize an ambush with his own troops to kill the hero. The young hero was attacked by the men, but he was able to slay them all. Iapedes came to the conclusion that Bellerophon had to be the son of a deity, since it had been impossible for him to kill. They lived in harmony after Iapedes welcomed him into his family and gave him one of his daughters to marry. Bellerophon had earned the respect and admiration of people, as well as the favor of the gods as a result of all the heroic feats he had performed. He was the heir to the throne and married Philone, the daughter of Iapedes, with whom he had 3 children, Isander, Hippolacus, and Laodomia. The world sang of his amazing deeds, but the hero felt this was insufficient. Bellerophon allegedly went back to Argos in search of Sthenobia to take revenge for her unsubstantiated accusations. According to other stories, he flew off with her on the back of Pegasus before shoving her off the eagle and killing her. However, some other versions claim that she killed herself as a result of learning that the slayer of monsters had married one of her sisters. Bellerophon was worshipped by a cult in Corinth, which was supposed to be his hometown. There was a Bellerophon shrine there called the Cranion. Bellerophon was revered as a hero in Lycia as well. As the founder of the Carian city of Beriglia, Bellerophon was worshipped. In antiquity, Leucippus, the creator of Magnesia on the Meander, claimed him as his ancestor. He may have had ties to Casudius Sabulus' family during the latter days of the Roman Republic. Bellerophon, who tamed Pegasus, was occasionally hailed as the father of horsemanship. However, Bellerophon grew so arrogant that he believed he deserved to live in heaven with the gods. According to some, he was referred to as the first astronomer because of his desire to reach heaven. One day, he made the decision to ride Pegasus to the home of the gods, Mount Olympus. Once Pegasus arrived at Olympus, the gods began assigning him various jobs. It did not turn out well. Zeus was enraged at Bellerophon's arrogance and sent a gadfly to bite Pegasus, causing Bellerophon to fall off and land on the earth. His fall has left a wide variety of stories. Some stories have him land safely in Cilicia. In other myths, the hero stumbles into a bush and becomes blind. In a third, the fall leaves the hero helpless. All of the tales, however, agree on his ultimate fate. He spent his final days roaming on his own around the world. Bellerophon's actions caused people to stop praising him, and according to Homer, all gods despised him. Bellerophon has come to represent how arrogance and greed can lead to one's downfall. Despite having performed heroic feats and earning a hero's reputation, he was unsatisfied and infuriated the gods. He can be interpreted as a reminder that, in Bellerophon's case, both the literal and figurative statements are true. Pride goes before the fall. Bellerophon's usual representation includes Pegasus and a spear as part of his symbols. Bellerophon is still regarded as one of the greatest Greek heroes. However, his reputation is tainted by his pride and his eventual fall from heaven. Do you think the learnings from this tale are even more relevant today than they ever were back then? Tell us what you feel about this hero in the comment box below. We'll see you next time. Until then, stay mythically mad.